Hey guys, your boy B-Minus, and today we got huge news out of Germany. Now, I'm not going to be going over, what's on the actual official page. Instead, I'm going to be bringing you something a little bit different than what is probably flooding your sub boxes. This is the FUTHEAD news site right here, and they actually got a beta test of FIFA 16 career mode, and they have written an article right here, as you can see, actually playing the new career modes and checking out the new improvements, and I'm pretty much going to be summarizing what they have said. You can trust me, I am Asian, I'm good at school, I'm good at reading articles and giving summaries. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into the meat of this career mode preview. As you can see, the first thing highlighted is going to be the pre-season tournaments, and these are going to be huge. Obviously, they're going to be different for every single, tier of team. If you're the bigger teams, you're probably going to be invited to, a larger tournament in the United States and Asia, but if you're a smaller team, you're probably going to be invited to, like a smaller tier tournament. And the reason why this is if you compete and you win in these tournaments, you get to carry over a set amount of money from that tournament and can use it in your transfer budget, and that is just astronomical, guys. As you can see right here, you could advance to the invites, or you can decline and just get right into the season. If you're you're a big team, like PSG or Manchester City, you can pretty much just skip over this because you already got that dough. But this is gonna be a lot more important for those smaller tier teams, the mid-table teams. If you can make a mark and get 11 mil into your transfer budget, that's another key player. Those are 2 to 3 key players that you can go ahead and change your season. So this is going to be huge, guys. And another thing that they're adding into this that you probably already know, unlimited sub. Thank you. It just seemed like such a long time that like a game that has movable flags could not include unlimited subs in a friendly. So thank you, EA, you have done well on that, and that's going to be amazing. So you can go ahead, build the lead with your top players, and then go ahead, save their strength and sub in all your youngsters and get, rotate all of them to get playtime. Hopefully no one will be complaining about, hey boss, I'm not getting any playtime in the preseason anyway. Now, the biggest addition that I think everybody's just ranting and raving about is player training. Finally EA has put in player training. Now, it isn't for everyone. You have to select 5 players, guys, on your roster to go ahead and run through drills. Now, you can play the mini games that we're all used to at the start, before a match, and you can go ahead and play them. And depending on how well you do in those, you're going to go ahead and get more points toward, said stat that you're trying to build him. As you can see right here with Oscar, if he does the key possession stat, he's going to get build in agility, ball control, and dribbling. And as you can see, he can be trained in dribbling, defending, passing, shooting, and set pieces. And this is just, astronomical. This is just huge for career mode. This is huge for career mode YouTubers, because now you can build a player any way you want. No longer will every single, Oscar be that type of Oscar. You could theoretically build a defensive midfield Oscar if you really wanted to. You could build, an offensive shooting Oscar. You could build a set piece specialist Oscar. Now, it's going to be varied, and oh my god, everybody signs Mbolo is going to be a little bit inconsequential, because now you have pacey strong Mbolo, which is basic bitch Mbolo, or you can have more of a winger Mbolo, or you can have more of a maybe a center forward target man Mbolo. These just open up so many possibilities, guys, and it also opens up this field of, now you don't have to play with the high potential players. You can actually go ahead and add, use, maybe like a 77 rated player or a 75 rated player, and then use this system to go ahead and boost their top end potential. If we don't know how this works exactly, but if it works anything, Madden has had this type. Madden is for you UK people, is an American football game that we have over here, and it has a very similar system to their youth system, which essentially you play the mini game ahead of time, or you can sim it like you can in this player training. And what it does is it boosts additional stats throughout the season, and it's just additional to their overall potential. So they'll still hit their overall potential. I'm pretty sure the potentials are still going to be in the game. This is just a way to either accelerate or to add on top of that preordained potential. And this is going to be great for, hopefully they get all that glitching out for if a player's growth is stunted. You can go ahead and jumpstart it through this, hopefully. And what's even huger is now you can use some of your favorite players that might not have the highest end potential, so you can go ahead and you can build your own folk heroes. And this is just gonna be incredible for a YouTuber like myself and other YouTubers out there. I can already see, you know, Channy Sports, Guardy FIFA, T-Ray All Day, all bringing in like new names that we've never even heard of, that maybe have interesting stats in certain fields, but because of their deficiencies in others, were never really viable in the game. Now we can go ahead and bring those kids in and create new super weapons in FIFA career mode, and it is just, oh my god, it's gonna just add so much more variety. Now here's the most interesting part that the article revealed about the training process. As you can see right there, they trained Diego Costa for 15 weeks, and his finishing only went up from a 90 to a 91. But when they trained Ruth Loftus-Cheek, in fact, he gained +4 to his passing and a +3 to his overall. What does that tell you guys? That means that the training really benefits younger promising players, while not, you know, taking pre-established players and making their finishing or their already really good stats astronomical. And that is just smart. Well done, EA. You're not gonna have, you know, you're not gonna boost Diego Costa up to like a Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo level. If they already have really good stats in those areas, it's going to take a lot more time to improve them for minuscule or diminishing returns in those. It allows for you to finally be able to train up and improve your lower tier players, your young promising players, without forcing them into games. You don't always have to sub in that Adnan Januzaj in the 80th minute just so that you can get them a little bit of game time XP. Now you can actually grow them on the side. They will improve. And what's great about that, as it says later in the article, when they go ahead and they do improve, their values also improve. So this is a great way to have a good farm system. We finally have a decent way, a decent farm, a decent youth academy system. You can finally do it the Southampton way. You can finally develop youth like Barcelona and their famous academy. You could be the next Atletico Madrid, you know, teams that really value their youth and bring up their youth and go ahead and sell them, and that is how they become a stronger and stronger club. Global Transfer Network, I'm not really going to talk all that much about. It's very simple. Instead of losing your scout report after 3 months, it's going to be sticking for the whole entire calendar year, which was just like kind of a duh moment. I mean, this is just common sense. Who the freak spends a whole entire month scouting a player and then after 3 months says, you know what? Yeah, this is worthless, and just throws it away. It was like, hey man, do you have the scouting report on Cristiano Ronaldo? It's like, no man, it's been 3 months. That shit is useless. Next up is club transfer budgets. Now, they weren't really able to test too much in here, but they said that they spoke with EA and that they're aiming to make a few changes. Now, the big thing about this is that there's going to be better allocation when you move up or down in leagues, and that is just going to be astronomical. If you've seen any Road to Glory career mode, the main gripe is you get to the Premiership and you still have the budget. You sometimes even have less than when you started in League 2, and they have finally addressed it, and I don't know why they didn't patch this in FIFA 15, but I'm happy that it's here. It's weird. I feel like an abused spouse. Your career mode was so broken that I'm just happy that it's now back to even. But I'm not going to knock on them too much because this is a great update from Gamescom. I'm not going to lie. Training and all this, I'm not going to shit on EA too much. This is going to vastly improve Road to Glories. No longer will you have to rely on, you know, just randomly generated free agents or by, you know, sneaking in pre-contracts as being the only way to make money. Now you will legit actually have money, and as you can see right here, if you continue down in the article, the next biggest thing is that a percentage of your money will be retained into the next season. So no longer do you need to do the holdover glitch. As you can see, that a lot of percentage will go ahead and be rendered for use in the next season if you meet certain career goals, and that is how it should be. So good job on EA for making the game what it's supposed to do. Best of the rest. And there is one small tidbit in here that I just want to say God bless you, EA, for adding in that was not included in the actual EA article, and that is, I'm going to jump right here, auto transfer budget. I'm just going to read it as it is. If you have enough money to buy a player in the budget, will automatically adjust instead of having the user to go back to the budget screen and adjust the slider manually. Now, if any of you guys have been in this situation, it is a pain in the ass. It's just like, you clearly have enough money in wages and in transfer budget. It's just you didn't move the sliders to the right place, and you have to back out, go back in, and then you go ahead and approve that. This is going to automatically do it. It's a small thing, but for a person who plays as much career mode as I do, It is amazing. It is like Christmas dinner right here that they actually finally put this in. I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was just going to be something that was always in the game. So thank you once again, EA. Another big thing, short loans increased to 6 months, and now you have an option to issue a 2-year loan, and that is huge as well. Consider not only that, you know, you can farm out your young talent if you're a big team. I think this is huge for all Road to Glory series, because now you can sign someone who is young and promising, and you know they will be in your team for 2 years. You can survive pretty much until you get to the Prem off of these 2-year loans, and you go ahead, you get them in while their wages are nice and low, and you go ahead and you can use them, buoy yourself until you actually get to the Premiership, and then you can go ahead and either buy them or use the money that you've gotten for making it into the Premiership and go ahead and buy better young talents, and then go ahead and develop them in your training squad. Oh my goodness, it's like it's a good career mode. What is this, EA? Look at the synergy that you are going to be able to do with lower tier teams, guys, or big tier teams. You can play the Chelsea way, you can play the Southampton way, you can play the Luton Town way. There are just so many new ways to play career mode, guys, and that is just makes me so goodness excited for FIFA 16 to get here. I already have the ideas bubbling in my head for new types of series, just original content. And guys, go ahead and subscribe if you want to go ahead and check out more future news for FIFA 16, or you want to go ahead and check out some original career modes. Go ahead and subscribe to the B- channel. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. My name is B-. Remember, stay yourself, stay humble, and be weird.